Hi guys, it's Raven. Today I'm going to be setting up my October spreads in my bullet journal. So I didn't end up filming August or September because I reused my layout from July. It worked really well for those months because I wasn't really busy. I only started working a new job in early September. So things have changed a little bit, and I thought it's time to change my weeklies and my setup. So, starting off with my cover page, as I always do, I like to have my little calendar here with astrological events and sabbats and things that I like to track. I did end up picking up these new pens. These were to replace my microns, which are sadly dying. I couldn't find another pack of microns, but these seem to be pretty compatible. They don't bleed through my pages, and they come in different sizes like the micron does. I like using the really fine tips. So for my calendar, I'm marking down the phases of the moon with which transit it is in, as well as any major astrological changes. Mercury going into retrograde, Pluto going direct, and I get all this information from Cafe Astrology online. And then I'm adding in just a little symbol for Samhain on the 31st. So I ended up with these 4 extra squares up at the top of my calendar, which I filled with little fall themed doodles. Now this one didn't quite turn out how I want it to. I was trying to go for like that camping type mug, but I put little trees on it, and since it was red, it looked super Christmassy. So I added a little bit of orange to the bottom and the trees to make it look like they had fall leaves on them. It's fine. It's fine. Also, this is supposed to be a basket of apples. So I wanted to do something a little bit different on the next page. It's not quite a bucket list, but it's more of just a list of things that I feel I associate with October. You just can't have October without pumpkin spice. And I'm adding my little social media tracker here, which I messed up on the first part. So I'm going back to my kind of scrapbook look. I had this printed paper from a little notebook that I made a pen pal. I had some scraps left over, so I used that. It's very fall looking. And I never really plan out beforehand how these things are gonna look. I just kind of cut out a piece of paper and move it around until I like it, and then stick it down. I used to be such a perfectionist when it came to my spreads and my pages, and it's taken me a while to kind of get out of that mindset. Lines don't need to be straight. Edges don't need to be perfectly aligned. Just have fun with it. And this little piece I'm just gonna save for later. So I was thinking of putting some dried leaves that I had pressed in, but I figured trying to write over top of that, my book is already kind of chunky. And my Staedtler markers bled through the page a little bit, so I just touched it up with a bit of white. So for this month, I decided to add a little mini calendar up in the corner, which I could highlight which week it was on it. I added in my weekly to-do list, which has been super helpful. And I also had a little section for budget tracking for this month. Now, I always like to start my weekly pages on Mondays. So I'm trying something a little bit different this month. I'm adding in a little section where I can set a weekly intention. I've also got a little section where I'm writing down my gratitude for each week as well. And I decided to try and come up with different borders for all 4 of these. And I'm just drawing these on scrap brown packing paper. So I'm adding in a bit more of that patterned leaf paper and some orange construction paper for that scrapbooky look. So I decided right at the end to add a little column on the right side for projects. This is where I can write down ideas for Instagram or YouTube. I didn't need a whole page dedicated to it anymore. So that's it for my October setup. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope it gives you a few ideas for your next bullet journal spreads. Till next time, bye!